What if I told you that changing just a couple of items in your morning routine can save hundreds of plastic items from ending up in landfills? I've been working on perfecting my morning routine with using sustainability in mind on how I kind of want to incorporate different things into the routine. But of course, I'm just a girl, so there are definitely some things that are not like the zero waste alternative to things. But hey, if you are new here, it's not about being perfect. It's about little steps to make a difference at the end of the day, okay? It's not about being fully zero waste because I can't do that. That's not in my blood, but I can try my very best. We are going to go through my morning routine. We're talking makeup, skincare, hair care, and how we can set up morning routines that actually motivate us to want to do better during the day, to feel better during the day, and all of the above. But first, if you're new here, my name is Crystalline, but you can call me Krys, and we chat all things mind, body, and planet on this corner of the internet, so I hope you stick around and say goodbye to this background. I am in the process of moving right now, so I'm not sure how much longer you're going to be seeing this background. If you love it, I'm sorry, but we're getting an upgrade. I'll have my own office in a new place, so that is very exciting. Now, before you go buying new sustainable products for your morning routine, let me show you how to create an intentional morning using what you already own. The eco-friendly industry wants you to think that you need bamboo everything and expensive zero-waste swaps, but the most sustainable option is actually using what you already have. Something that isn't talked about as much as it should be is that not only is the planet health important, like sustainability, yes, we are here for it, love to be a little eco-warrior, whatever you want to call it, but also your mental and your physical health play a huge role in how well you're able to take care of yourself and also take care of the planet. So my morning routine is not a zero waste morning routine. I am just doing the best I can do. For breakfast, I usually do a morning breakfast protein smoothie. I'm using bananas and strawberries that were on their last leg, so I put them in the freezer. I am using these in like Ziploc plastic bags. I've had these forever. I'm just trying to use them and like get good use out of them rather than them creating some dust in my cabinets. Usually my smoothies consist of a frozen fruit. I add some milk, usually plant-based milk. Today we're going regular because I'm out of plant-based milk. A half a cup of oats, but I'm also out of oats right now. And I also use Greek yogurt, but I'm out of Greek yogurt. So it turns out, even though I just went to the grocery store yesterday, that I am out of a lot of my necessary ingredients for smoothies. But this still works. It still tastes fine. The protein brand that I use is Pro Mix. I like them a lot. They're actually 1% for the planet, and I like the ingredients. A lot of my morning routine is focusing on things that we already have and making sure that they don't expire. So just focusing on finishing items I currently have in my house. Especially since I'm moving, I realized that the more I use up, the less I have to move in the next couple of weeks. So that's also a priority for me right now. So I don't do my makeup every day, but on days like today, I'm gonna do it. And then I'm also gonna show you my hair routine. Everything's in this box here. And then of course, even though I don't do my makeup every day, I do my skincare every day. So I'll start with my skincare routine to show you how that looks. I start with a face serum from Oceanly. It's Attitude's line called Oceanly. This is basically like a vitamin C serum. What I love about this, so this is actually their travel size. As you can see, it's like a little bit smaller. Like their normal sizes are like twice this size. But it is a solid form of face serum. So I think that's fun. Makes it really easy to travel with. And I basically just put that all over my face and rub it in. Nothing too fancy there. I just feel like a vitamin C serum can always do good, you know? Another reason why I really love anything from Attitude, this Oceanly line, is because it's entirely plastic free. This is a cardboard packaging, and I always feel like the cardboard packaging is, I don't know, just makes me feel good. It doesn't ever get like too gross or dingy or anything, and I just like it. I like it. And as we know, I'm in the middle of a project pan, which not only includes my makeup, but it also includes other items that I've been holding on to, like skincare and body care, shampoos and conditioners, hair masks, and all those things. So this is one of my project pan items. This is the TheraFace Revitalized Eye Serum. I got this on a plane trip on our honeymoon. When we flew overseas, this is what the airline gave us. It is a really great product, but it has lasted me so long. It used to have a roller. It used to have a roller in the top, but I took it out because I just felt like I wasn't getting as much product as I want. So essentially I just dab it under my eyes to wake me up, especially on days like today. Like my allergies are just, they're just hitting, that tree pollen. It's dropping. And then to finish it off, I've been using La Roche-Posay. This is the Double Repair Face Moisturizer. I rotate on face creams. This one's been working pretty well for me right now. I wouldn't say it's like the best, most sustainable brand. Editing Krys here. I actually just looked up La Roche-Posay because I was like, I feel like there was like some reason why I was like, oh, this is a more eco brand, but there was nothing on the packaging. It is actually Cradle to Cradle certified. That is a pretty intense certificate to get. If you don't know the Cradle to Cradle certification, just reading it from my computer here, that is basically means that it's made with chemicals safer for human health and the environment. So pretty good, actually. It's important to use what you have rather than don't use it because of one little thing. I had somebody in the comments ask me like, oh, you're really passionate about sustainability, which of course I am. And they're like, but I noticed you don't use entirely cruelty-free products. Is there a reason for that? And so to address that comment, I personally just feel like if it's something I have, I would rather use it, right? Rather than not use it because of one thing. Like it's already in my house. So either I'm going to use the product and it's going to get used, or it's going to get thrown away and not used and expire. So in those cases, you know, I'm not perfect. Sometimes in the grocery store will be like, yeah, I saw this on social media. Let me pick it up. And then I'll get home and be like, oh, this really wasn't a very eco-friendly brand or a very ethical brand, whatever you want to call it. But that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna use it because I already spent money on it. You know what I mean? So I try my best, but I'm a human. You know, I'm not perfect. And I try to do research on brands, but there are some brands, you know, you just don't realize. Okay, that is it for skincare. Don't come for me. I just ran out of my SPF. I've been using the Cocoa Kind mineral sunscreen. I really like it. I've been rotating kind of on a couple different sunscreens. I like that one. I also like the Kula tinted mineral sunscreen as well. That's also a good one. But I'm currently out, so no SPF today. Don't come for me. I try. Okay, with this pale skin, I try. Makeup. Now this is not a project pan video, but I did pan a couple of my beauty products that I've been using in the last couple of project pan videos, so that is exciting. We're moving on to a couple of new things. So I am moving to this infallible concealer, but I'm actually, you know what, today I am going for something a little lighter. I'm going to use the Say Lip Tint. It's lip tint, not lip. It's not a lip product, so hopefully I didn't fool you there. You know, I started doing this with my hands, but I'm going to be honest, I prefer a brush. So moving back to the brush here. So now that we have the base on, I'm just gonna do a really light makeup today. So I'm gonna do my Mauve Beauty blush and a little bit of mascara. I think that's all I really need today. You know what? The eyes are looking a little tired. I've been tired. I am in the middle of moving right now. So life just seems like it's really throwing a lot at, you know? But that's just life. It's always one thing after another. So nothing a little concealer can't fix. What do you feel about no microphone, guys? I'm not using a microphone today. I just didn't really want to set it up. My favorite thing about makeup is that there's always something to learn. There's always new products to try that are being released. And the styles are always changing, right? Like it's always like fashion. Like right now it's into like the heavy blushes, but back in 2016 it was all about the brows and doing like these cut crease eyeshadows. And I really like the light, natural beauty that I feel like is being showcased now. Something I didn't mention in my skincare routine is not usually in the mornings, but in the evenings, I'll do a gua sha. Just try to massage the stress from the day. I think I have TMJ. I don't know. I've never been like fully diagnosed, but I bring it up to my dentist all the time. And they're convinced I need to get my wisdom teeth out because I still have my wisdom teeth. So at the end of the day, I like to gua sha, get all that tension out from the day. Probably why I look so snatched all the time. Makeup, looking good, man, looking good. Finishing with a lip from Trustique. Trustique is a refillable makeup brand. I've been using them for the last couple of years. I really like them. In fact, everything has lasted me so long I have yet to actually refill anything. Okay, that is skincare and makeup. Let's move on to hair care. So for hair care, currently, my heat protectant I've been using is the Garnier Whole Blends. This is the Hair Honey Milk. I really love it. It smells amazing, just impeccable. And Garnier is, I know like you think about it and you're like, oh, why Garnier? Like, you know, they're not the most eco-friendly like zero waste brand, but they are cruelty-free international, and that's a pretty new certificate for them. I also really like that it is affordable. Of course, that's a big thing, and it helps that it smells absolutely divine. So while I kind of let this dry a little bit, I've been using the Wavy Talk. This is like that big thermal brush that went viral on TikTok. I decided in 2025 I was gonna get better about learning how to style my hair. So that's been a big thing. In fact, I actually brought this thermal brush to my hair salon, my hair artist, my cosmetologist, what do you call it? Hairdresser. You know what I mean? I was like, can you please teach me how to use this? And so she, like, you know, when they get to the end of your haircut and they're styling your hair, she was able to show me exactly how you're supposed to use this thing. And thank the Lord, because I feel like without her help, I feel like I would not know. I wouldn't know, because it just looks so intimidating. Like for somebody, I was a flat iron girl, you know, grew up in the age of you always straighten your hair. And even though I have straight hair, this is completely natural straight hair, I would still straighten it. Like that's the era that I grew up in. So I'm not gonna take too long to do this if I'm really like going to out on the town, if I'm going to a wedding or like just a date night where I want to feel kind of crazy, then I'll get out my hair rollers and then I'll really go hard on this. But as I've mentioned, we are moving, so a lot of things are packed, including my hair rollers at the moment. So the great thing about a thermal brush is it's also a brush. So what I'm doing here is brushing my hair. I'm taking the main front pieces, like the first couple of inches, as long as it wraps around the brush, you're good. And then rolling it out. So some people go crazy. You can even like really like wrap it down like a curling iron. For me personally, man, it really just depends on the day. Every day's a little different. Every day's a little different. All right, then let it drop. And you get that kind of nice styled wave. Moving on to some of this other hair here. I just curl it in where it's just like a curling iron, but you know, it's a round brush, so I just curl it in. I think if you really want to get into it, my hairstylist told me you really want a C shape. That's how you know like you've done it right. Like that's how you'll get the blowout look when you start seeing the C shape. Now we're not gonna go that hard today. We're just doing some main touch-ups. Just some main touch-ups. You know, I think the best thing about learning how to do this is, especially with little heat protectants, always use the heat protectant, is my time to get ready has really cut in half. And just doing something like this where it takes me, I don't know, anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to just do a light kind of curl around my head makes me feel so much better about myself. It's crazy how just like one little thing can help with confidence. Our focus is so much on packing and getting the house ready to basically move that I feel like the last couple of weeks I have not been putting any energy or effort into how I look. And while I know that sounds superficial, it is, I mean, it really does affect your mood and like how you feel about yourself and whether or not you want to go out to dinner or if you're feeling like you just want to stay home, you know, gives you a little boost of energy. All right. And here's the final look. It took me less than 5 minutes to make my hair look a little bit better than it normally looks. And I feel better for it and I feel more motivated. So something to be said about that. While we are at it, I want to show you a couple of things that I swear by. One of them being my plastic-free razor. This razor is from a brand, it's called Leaf Shave, and it is entirely plastic-free. And the way that you change out the blades is there's this little twist on the back, and then you open it up and you can replace the blades that way. I get such a better shave with this because it has the flexible head, and I'm reducing so much plastic waste because I don't have to change out plastic razor heads every couple of weeks in order to get a close shave. I can just recycle the blades in here and replace them. Literally, it's plastic free. I love it. It's the best. I would be crazy if I did not mention how important it is to make your bed every day. And I know this is cliche. A lot of people say this, but I think people say it for a reason. When we make our bed in the morning, it's one small task that we already start the day accomplished. So you're already like starting it off on a good foot. You're feeling good about yourself. And it really just trickles. It's that domino effect. Once you make your bed, then you're willing to clean up your dishes after your breakfast. Then you're willing to open up your email inbox and get through your work emails or your school emails faster. I realized that this morning routine is nothing out of the ordinary. There is nothing that's overly special about this morning routine other than the fact that it's a routine that takes into account that when creating a morning routine, but it does not have to be difficult. Little things add up and make a big difference. I promise. Hi, it's me. I'm in the mirror in the background, but I also want to show you my reusable cotton rounds. I use these to take off makeup. I use them in the morning just to splash my face with cold water. I use them pretty much for anything that, you know, I could use maybe a little bit of toner on sometimes to just dry my face. And I love these things. I feel like you see a lot of these, and people are like, oh, you could just use a washcloth or you could just use like something else. And while that is 100% true, I do really love these. The other thing that I love is this. This is a makeup eraser. It removes any makeup on your face with just a little bit of water, and this texture is so soft and it comes in a lot of colors, but it removes any trace of makeup without having to use a bunch of like makeup remover in order to do so. Even like waterproof mascara, I've had luck with a little bit of elbow grease getting it off with this without having to like, you know, completely drench my face in makeup remover. So I love a makeup eraser as well. And that is my morning routine. It is simple. The little things that you can do to reduce a whole lot of plastic waste. Just focusing on using the things that you already have in your home. You don't need to go buy a bunch of things. You don't need a chin strap to do like a morning shed routine. You don't need random face masks that you only use every once in a blue moon. You just need the things you already have in your home. And then once those are empty, then you can consider buying a replacement. I have some homemade cinnamon rolls left over from the weekend, so I am finishing off the morning eating one of those, and then I'm getting to work here. So I hope you guys have a great day, and Lincoln thinks so too because he's barking in the background. Thanks guys so much for sticking around for this video. If you are in the mood to have a routine reset, you should check out my routine reset. Lincoln agrees. It is a 5-day email challenge designed on how to create routines and just reset them, refresh them that fit better for you, your lifestyle, and also a little bit for the planet as well. So that is on my website, and I think you guys are going to really love it. So definitely check it out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.